All right, folks. This is part 2 of my intro. As you can see, I'm kind of fiddling around with my video podcast platform on Spotify, which for the past couple years has been beta. So I've been kind of fooling around with that a little bit, but I want to start going more video. So, and it's kind of a catch-22 or a sticky situation right now because the links through Spotify video are still a little iffy. People are telling me that they need to watch it at home on their desk computer, so it's not really cell phone friendly yet. Although I could get it on my cell phone, it's kind of neat. You go to the link and you could follow or select play like normal, and then a little tiny square on your phone will come up with the video, which is pretty neat, and then you could expand it. But people are still getting used to it. Not many people even know that Spotify has a video platform out yet. So I'm kind of fortunate because I am the pioneer of Spotify's video platform, and I've been doing this for 11 plus years, and with former radio station experience as a news director at a Christian radio station and stuff. But if you would like to support, you could go to paypal.me/MichaelDT. That's pretty cool. And I've still yet to get any financial support or anything, but and I'm not all bent out of shape or anything about that, but you just got to mention it. People have their Patreons and stuff. And the unique thing about my video podcast platform is I am doing it without streaming to TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Zoom, mainly those 5. And that is because all of these platforms, including Facebook, so the only thing I could do is to the best of my ability to not rely on these platforms, and I've done my part. But they literally banned a U.S. president while president and after from posting on their platforms, to the point to where a few people had to get together and create Getter, kind of a Facebook competitor. They had to create Rumble, which is a YouTube competitor. And there's another one called Truth Social. And I still haven't been able to figure out how to even get Truth Social on my cell phone because my cell phone is run by Google. So I'm not posting anything to Google Podcasts. My stuff goes to Google Podcasts, by the way. It goes to all of the major streaming platforms. So, and speaking of doing without certain woke corporations, here we are in 2023. It's the 22nd of August, 2023. And masks, if you haven't noticed, are coming back. I've seen them at the airports, at my work, and it's just crazy. But Lionsgate Studios, I haven't done the research on them. I don't know who owns them. It's probably Disney. And they are requiring their workers now in August 22nd, 2023 to come to work with masks on again. And I'm not going to get in on that, but what are they thinking? If we implement masks, maybe it would make the government be nice and not start requiring vaccinations all over again? No, you cannot give them the benefit of the doubt. Lionsgate, ironically, the first major company in the news to start requiring masks again, because we all knew it was coming again, their motivation is to shape the minds and the psyche and the view of the viewer. That's what they do. So they're in. It boils down to being social engineering, and that is an aggravating situation that I could get into, but I'm not. But as the lookout guy, that's the latest. I could go through all my references right now of all the things that I've read just in the past week, because I think that I'm going to read a bunch of things in a week and then put it on my next podcast. And I'm like, you know what? This is all stuff, too much stuff to ask of people to listen through that, because you hear it all already. You see it on funny posts, funny memes, cartoons, and little news clips. You guys hear it. So I have a multi-point purpose for each of my podcasts, and it's not just news. But the main focus is to be the watchman on the wall and let you guys know what's coming ahead. Masks. And I'm back at Home Depot going on 9 years, collective 9 years of working with Home Depot during various 3 at the most times of employment with them. 7 years straight from the beginning, and then after quitting and coming back a few times for economical reasons, I'm going on 9 year at least, and I've seen a lot in public. Working with the public, as you know, you might work at a bank, you might do retail also, but when you're working with the public, you're on cutting edge. So all I want is a few more years at my 59 years old. At 65, maybe I'll retire, but I don't have much time left in the workforce, voluntarily speaking. But anyways, we are seeing a lot, so just be aware of that. Now getting into this, the next 2 videos that I'm going to show on this episode is one from Jimmy Beeson, The Streets of Gold. I'm so excited. I just met him as a friend through another musician friend that is going to be the second video I'm going to be playing from the group 3 Days in the Grave, a Christian rock group. Both of these guys are from Southern California. 3 Days in the Grave, it's a Christian rock group. They formed probably about 8 years ago, and I've known them for about 5 years now. No, actually, probably 4 years. This is a new video produced by Jimmy Beeson, veteran Christian metal guitarist, singer, and songwriter. So he sent me quite a few files, video files and audio files over the past couple days, and I've only listened to 2 of his songs, and I got excited over both of them. But the one of them that really struck me was a song called Streets of Gold, and he created the video I'm going to show you just for this show. So God bless you, Jimmy Beeson and Robert Tyler of 3 Days in the Grave, for introducing me to him, because the video, the second video of 3 Days in the Grave, part of the footage is from various times that I've recorded 3 Days in the Grave live, so that's awesome. But anyways, Jimmy Beeson, you could go to jimmybeeson.com, and he's a veteran of the Los Angeles rock scene, the former frontman of the late 1980s, early 90s hard rock band Shattered Image, and later the lead singer guitarist for gospel hard rock band Divine Right, R-Y-T-E. Jimmy has been involved in music for over 35 years, while influenced by such 70s bands as Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, AC/DC, and the like, as well as the great blues artists such as B.B. King, Bobby Bland, and Freddie King. Jimmy has always strived to create a unique sound while sticking to rock and roll's earliest roots. And what's amazing about the time that Jimmy Beeson was at the top of the food chain of gospel rock. 1989 is when I first came back to Jesus after being saved from 7 years old to 14 years old. And I was about, I think, 23. But it was 1989 when I came back to Jesus. And within that year, the coming up winter of 1989, I was at a Bible school in Ashland, Virginia. And that's a whole new story in itself, how I ended up there. But it was an awesome place I spent 5.5 years at. And 5 of those years, they had just purchased a radio station, an AM Christian radio station in town. And the manager had prior radio station management, and she was a missionary. And she became my boss, and I became their first DJ and production manager and news director, pretty much an assistant manager of the radio station. Very fascinating 5 years of this California kid in the middle of Virginia in a small town, learning about how the gospel, our founding fathers, and politics, and how so much works. I've seen a lot and read a lot. I read everything that came into that radio station before I even repeated it. Every single song I played, I read every lyric before I even played it. I don't know what came over me, but can you imagine for 5 years reading every lyric of every artist song before I even put it on the air? That's what I did. But where am I going with that other than getting into some sort of a resume aspect of what led me into podcasting? That's it. It was pretty fascinating. So from 1994 to 2009, I got a 2-year degree at a community college, and I did some university, and I was raising my children as a single dad. So I was quite busy during a pretty good decade, at least before I got into streaming. But it's been since about 2009 since I've been streaming. But this next song is Streets of Gold that I'm going to play from Jimmy Beeson, and that's going to be followed by a new video of the song The One Who Created You. And this is the audio of the track of the song has guest guitarist Imran Ahmed from Pakistan on lead guitar, and Robert Tyler, the frontman of 3 Days in the Grave, he's lead vocals and lead guitar in the band as his part, but he contributed guitar along with Imran Ahmed in this next track as lead guitar. It's just one of many songs that they collaborated with over the years, and so this is the first video. And Robert made sure that Robert and Jimmy made sure that I was able to get a copy, especially for my show. So you're seeing it first here. But I'm thrilled to meet Jimmy. So that's what I've got ahead of you, the Streets of Gold. I asked him, what's the story behind that song, and I'll read to you his statement, which is awesome. I think Jimmy and I are on the same kind of a page on how to summarize something that you could go 10, 15, 20 minutes into. I said, what's the story of the Streets of Gold? And he says, just a general, absolute reference for the infinite power of God and his unbelievable faithfulness. Creator of the universe, you hold me in your hand. These are some lyrics. You hold me in your hand, and when I'm on my knees, you help me stand. Isn't that an awesome thing to have on your mind? You know, King David in the Psalms, he referred to people who do not have the Lord on their mind. That tells me that I think God pats my back and says, you know what, you do have me on your mind. There's nothing better than having God on your mind. So that's my little thought, I guess. Going into the show, the Lookout Guy on video. And this is also going to be ultimately on my audio also. Because I'm keeping my audio on Spreaker is my main production site. And they are now owned by iHeartRadio. So I recommend downloading iHeartRadio app so you can listen to radio stations wherever you are in the United States. Bring up their local stations. And you can be informed while you're in another town. It's awesome. And plus, during disasters. And speaking of disasters, prayers are going out to the folks in Hawaii. What an amazing thing that has happened. And I believe it's nefarious on how that started, by the way. There's just too many benefits for a lot of people to have cleared out land. But such a disaster like that. And then it was weird, the storm that we just went through, it was a record breaker for an 89 year record breaker. But many places throughout the path of that tropical storm, which was in the F categories, until it hit land, didn't get rain. They just got maybe a little bit of wind. And it covered all of Southern California except for a sliver at the top of Santa Barbara County, which is like the border between Central and Southern California, where I am at. So it hugs the coast, and it was clear compared to the storm. The only cloud formation we had was just a typical overcast. So we were actually in the clear zone. But a lot of the places in San Diego County, Los Angeles County, Riverside County, they didn't get any wind or rain, just several areas. And I'm thinking, I've never heard of a dry hurricane. But strange things are happening these days, and it pays to read the Bible to know what's going on and how to relate it to what's going on. So anyways, let's get into, this is pretty cool. You wouldn't believe the setup I've got. I've got this bendable thing with my phone on it. I don't even have the correct arm that you'd see in a radio station. But I'm kind of happy with doing things like this, off the cuff, kind of raw. But let's go into Jimmy Beeson's cool song, Streets of Gold, and then The One Who Created You, with guest lead guitarist Imran Ahmed from Pakistan, and frontman Robert Tyler, drums Gene Copley, and bass guitarist Greg Whitstock. Awesome. I've got so many videos now that, I mean, you're gonna love the next year. This is, I'm calling this season 4 with my video platform, and it's just awesome. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be sharing with everybody. So thank you for watching and listening to The Lookout Guy with myself, Michael D.T., Mike Tobin, as your host on the Lookout Guy podcast.
You savior of my soul. You took this broken heart and made it whole. You walk with me and talk with me, light the darkened way. You came and paid a debt I couldn't pay. Now my eyes are able to behold the holy light that falls on streets of gold. Death to give me life. Walk upon the sea. You shed your precious blood to set me free. You are the truth, you are the way. You make my soul to sing. You are my all in all and everything. Creator of the universe, you hold me in your hand. And when I'm on my knees, you help me stand. Now my eyes are able to behold the holy light that falls on streets of gold.
Radio.